Sagittarius, welcome to your April monthly reading and welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Sure. Whoops. And let me know what do you think about these readings, guys, because I really like to do them for you and I would just like to know if they resonate with you. So here we have a card, and that's the card that came out when I was doing your yearly reading for the month of April. You may want to see the yearly reading so you can better understand like the overall energies that you are facing this year and nature, the energetic nature of this year. But the Six of Swords, it's I mean, there are different ways of interpreting it, but generally it is a card of moving towards calmer waters. It's like leaving something behind which was turbulent and moving to calmer waters. But it's swords, so it's mental, it's like even a mental decision, something that one takes consciously, a decision that one takes consciously to move on. But there is a certain sadness about the Six of Swords because it's related to acceptance. It's like accepting a situation, like even accepting that the situation maybe might not change, you know, and then leaving for better. But it's something has finished in a way, or like you're on the journey and moving in the next step. Just that it's a quiet card. These are quiet times, moving to quiet times. And let's see what other cards we will get to understand more about the Six of Swords. Interesting. Because you had the Eight of Wands last time, we had the Ten of Swords as well, I think, related to you in some of the readings. So, and then you have the Six and the Six here. Well, I'm drawn to think that this, you're almost like actually what you're leaving behind is like this Six of Swords. Because underneath the Six of Swords is the Six of Pentacles, which is interesting because like you get this, the same number. Just as the Six of Pentacles, it's a very balanced energy. It's an equal give and take. And it's a sort of a satisfaction in the small scale. It's recognition as well that you have enough. And we had this, I think we had this issue with you all the time, that you have enough, that you are enough, that you can share. And maybe it's even a little bit like moving away from this sort of sadness, because to me the Six of Swords is a very sad card. If you see the people here, like nobody, it's happy somehow. And there is a sort of problem, let's say, going on there. But to me, it looks like it's moving away from this representation. At the end of the day, we have here a family, or we have here a union, you know, we have here like three people, but like one person is in charge of moving the boat further. While here, the Six of Pentacles, it's like there is this balance between these three people. Of course, the person and the man in the middle, it has more charge and has more resources and it's sharing. and maybe the other people are down, but it's a card of balance. And the Six of Pentacles, it's a card of wealth. It's a certain understanding that you are wealthy. I think it indicates here a shift in awareness. It's like arriving to a certain awareness, not working in lacking ideas, but working with what you have. It's a turn in your journey. It's a change of direction, because the Six of Swords as well means a turn of change of directions, but a change of direction into a better direction. And it's all related to the mind. It's all related to how we think. And it's a card of generosity, being generous in general, in understanding the world around you, the people around you, who maybe even who is like suffering or who has less than you, even in terms of understanding, not only money, because the Pentacles are here representing money, but it's value in general, and mental value and mental awareness. And it's like this sort of shift in awareness that it's happening this month, or that you would be able to change or to make this change in awareness. And we have the Ten of Swords here, and it keeps on coming. And I like the Ten of Swords here, and I like it that it's coming again, because it means something is over for good. It's like an old image. To me, the Ten of Swords, it's like an old image of yourself. It's like an old you, because we all have some sort of characters that we sort of embody, and we act like certain people because of how we think, because of what we believe, because what society imposes on us, because what family imposes on us, or it's like an image that you had for yourself, or even an image that you have had for somebody else, but it was like a mental projection, or like a certain idea. It's over. It was an idealized image of the self, or of the other, or of the life, or how things should go, and that's over. That's finished. That has been showing in your cards, but it's here like a reminder that that's gone. A certain idea that you have, a certain image, and a pain, because we can as well be trapped in these scenarios where we see ourselves as victims of a certain situation, or like who we are or who we have become is because of the circumstances, and maybe they have not been good. And it's like going out of a certain concept and idea of the self as the victim of a situation. You are now much more empowered, in an empowered situation, and you can see it here with the Six of Pentacles. You are in charge, you have resources, you are sharing, you are balanced, you are generous with yourself and with other people. It's more like having a wider understanding. It's like your mind is opening up. And I like that here with these two cards, because you can see here this dark sky and this very rigid and restrictive narrative here. And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is a very beautiful card, and it's actually one of the most interesting cards in the tarot deck, because it's so free, it's so open. It's like you can imagine a lot with this card, because normally the other cards have people, have characters, have scenes. The Eight of Wands is like, what is it? It's a mental freedom. It's a possibility to interpret, to make your own interpretation. You can be free And there is this sort of freedom that comes in April, with April. It is a mental freedom, and it is an energetic freedom, and it is a passionate freedom, because wands represent passions and energy in us, within us. But I'm just wanting to say that you have been moving from this restriction, from this victimhood, or maybe something really happened to you. But the thing is that we can't take those things with us. It doesn't help. It becomes a burden. It becomes heavy. So the better thing is to leave them behind. And you have been leaving them behind. You have changed your course of action and your path. You have taken another direction, and a direction that is much more empowering. And after that, things will change. Things will open up. There is a certain freedom in thinking, in being. It's a very airy energy. Beautiful. Let's see. What else? Deep deep waters here. I want to start with the King of Wands, because I was talking about empowerment. Like this Six of Wands is that empowering awareness, recognition. And the King of Wands is a very empowered position. It's a masculine energy, but it's very passionate. And the King of Wands is very patient too. You know? He has a, how can I say? It's like this lizard here. He has this possibility to adapt. He's very adaptable to situation. He's very mutable. He has a lot of energy, but not that kind of energy that he goes around and fights and runs after things. But he has that kind of energy that he can be productive where he is. He can change his shape. He can change his image of himself. And it's very interesting here with the Six of Pentacles, with what I was saying, like that awareness that things are good, things are well, you can have, you can share, you can change, you can exchange, you can be more free. And I understand, even though Eight of Wands, it's like there are many possibilities. There is not only one way of reading the story, because the Ten of Swords is like one way of the story. It's like one narrative that you tell yourself over and over again, and that's over. It's finished forever. You have been taking that step. And the King of Wands is a reminder that you have that capacity of mutability where you are. You don't have to go and run after things and change. Like a king is very rooted. He does not go out there and conduct the war. He sits and he gives orders, like he controls the situation from where he is. But the King of Wands, it's not very controlling of the situation. He's controlling of himself, of his own energy, and he knows what he can do with his own energy, and he is able to change according to the situation. It's very mutable. It's not strict like a King of Swords or a King of Coins. The King of Wands is like, yes, of course, we will do this, we can do that, I can do this. He changes. He's very changeable. And it's very adaptable, and that doesn't mean that you don't have power. It's the opposite of it. Actually, it's very powerful to be able to adapt and readapt. And there is a 10 of cups here underneath the 10 of swords. I mean, it's beautiful because that's that limitation here. That's that one side of the story. That's that narrative. That's that victimhood idea. Like believing in limiting beliefs. This is the limiting beliefs. And underneath of it is the 10 of cups, which is a beautiful satisfaction. Emotional satisfaction is actually a card of marriage, of family, of, you see it here, like you can have this all. It's all there. It's for you. It's underneath this limiting belief. It sits there. And it's beautiful here with the 6 of swords, because the 6 of swords is like, yes, you have to change direction. It's not anymore the 10 of swords that runs your awareness. It's the 10 of cups now. And you have been changing that, and you have been doing it for yourself. And the thing is, yes, you have to invest a little bit. Even the 6 of Pentacles, it's investment, it's work. You have to do some work. It's not like, it is awareness, of course, but it is some kind of work as well. And there is this King of Wands here that might be as well somebody in your life. Yes, I mean, I like to put things more in the perspective of to give power to the person who is from whom I'm reading. So if things are changing, if the situation is changing, if the direction is changing, you have to know that you have the power. And the power sometimes lies in being there, in being in place, and being able to adapt and readapt and take different roles. But the King of Wands as well, here it's somebody who has a vision, no? And his vision is the 10 of Cups. He is looking in this in this direction of the 10 of Cups. So you need to stick to this 10 of Cups. You have to have this in mind. Otherwise, you can fall back down in some... So it is possible. The 10 of Cups, it is totally possible. It is there. It's not only possible, it is there. The other card that we have here is the High Priestess, which is a beautiful feminine energy. It's a divine energy. It's feminine energy. It's the two. It's creation. What should I say? It's a beautiful couple here, but this means as well that even like when it comes to relationship, you have to, I mean, the High Priestess, it's very powerful too in herself, you know? She has like deeper understanding. She is united with the divine. So it is necessary for you, if it's possible, to have as much meditation, as much connection with the divine. And what I like here about the High Priestess, is that the High Priestess, it rules the unknown, rules that which it's not visible. So she somehow is behind the King of Wands. So even like in terms of this union, of this 10 of Cups, of this family, of the idea of the family, and like the way to achieve this 10 of Cups in terms of your relationship is to empower as well the masculine. So the High Priestess has this duty, the feminine has this duty, or this task to empower the masculine by letting him take care of the actions, of activities, of work. And the High Priestess, it's more in charge of what is inside, of the divine connection. So maybe it's a good time to retreat a little bit, because the High Priestess as well, it's about retreating, you know, and even this change of course of action, it's like even empowering other people, you know, trusting in other people that they can be the King of Wands. And even this Ten of Swords, maybe it's like the idea that you had about somebody else, you know, maybe you have to let it go, because here it's this King of Pentacles, this King of Wands appears now very, very powerful. And the High Priestess, like the feminine, it is there, but it's like it's in the background. She is almost like pushing the masculine towards the Ten of Cups. But all this is beautiful because it is possible. The only negative card here is this, and this is not even negative because it's a 10. It's like the cycle has finished. This is just a reminder that this is old story. And I have again a prayer for each of you that I take from the Whispers from Eternity, this beautiful book of prayers from Paramhansa Yogananda, and the book is edited by his disciple Swami Kriyananda. And I think this prayer, affirmation, it fits well to the times right now. So it's the prayer number 188, driving the rebel king ignorance. Almighty mystic judge of life, I asked thee in my hall of soul-stillness, what is sin? Thy whispers of silence, dim at first, grew into bright articulation of thoughts. I heard and understood thy meaning. Sin is a rebel king. His name is ignorance. Ignorance is the perpetrator of all evil, the main root of the tree of ill health, the primal cause of all error and soul-blindness. King Ignorance and his army of bacteria, physical disease, mental desires, dullness, and false ambitions, spiritual indifference of high truths, have been devastating the nourishing harvest fields of spirituality. That harvest of countless fulfillments was ripe for reaping when the harsh tread of error trampled it to the ground. I wanted to weep with despair when I heard thy voice whispering to me in my soul. The sun of my protection shines on thee always, equally on the sunny days and on the coal black nocturnal hours. Thou should always have faith in me and smile, for the greatest of all sins against me is not to be happy. Let the ripples of unchasing smiles play over thy face. Through their transparency, my light will come to thine assistance. By smiling with determined happiness, thou wilt always please me. How beautiful. Very beautiful. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, and donate if you wish to, so I can keep these readings for free. I'll see you next month.